Hey you guys, Eilers-Heffner, Sapphire Ambassador. I just wanted to jump in here really quickly and make a couple comparisons for you or analogies for you. So one thing is, I know you've all seen, or most of you have seen, Top Gun Maverick. So good. If you have not seen it, go see it. And I especially love that we had the first female fighter jet pilot talk to us at convention, and just how all of her words of wisdom about going for it and not letting the limits that are put out there really limit you, but to still go after your dreams and to go after your goals and to be hardworking and to be respectfully putting yourself out there to help make a difference, right? But anywho, so in Top Gun Maverick, and then later on a different flight, I watched the original Top Gun. And what does Tom Cruise say? What does Maverick say? He said, if you think up there, you're going to die. If you think up there, you're dead. And just this explanation. Okay, don't tell me why this went wrong. Tell his family. Tell her family. Tell these people's family why they're dead. Don't have an excuse. Don't make excuses for your behavior or yourself. Do better, right? And I loved those conversations that he had. And I love that we can have this opportunity with Plexus to do better. We have this opportunity to better ourselves. We have an opportunity to not let ourselves have excuses and to move forward. And then this is my other piece of this analogy, is that when we are doing CPR, so I'm a physical therapist. I'm trying to stay up to date with all of my certification. CPR is one of them. I have a state license to maintain, and I have to take continuing ed for that, right? And so with CPR, just as a reminder, we have to act quickly. We don't have time to make sure everything is perfect and make sure the environment is perfect and all of that. We have to act. We have to act quickly. Otherwise, it's literally the difference between life and death. And the sooner we act, the quicker that person has the chance of getting better or making some sort of recovery or help getting there and all of that. So thank the Lord that in Plexus, no one is going to die, right? There isn't this life or death situation, but I want you to take away this idea of acting, of getting into action mode, of not trying to make sure that everything is set up so perfectly. Okay, my office looks perfect from here, but I'll tell you that it's not. There's behind this, in that corner, behind that trash can is a box of papers and mail and miscellaneous crap that I need to go through. But you don't see that, right? You don't see that because it's put away for now. My office looks really nice and perfect. What you don't see is the pile over here on the other side of my desk, right? But I'm not going to let piles, I'm not going to let a perfect office, or lack of a perfect office, or lack of every single pile being taken care of for me to work my business. I'm going to set boundaries around all of that. I'm going to put 15 minutes into my schedule in the evening when kids are settling down or when we're watching TV or a movie or something, and I'm going to go through that stuff then. I'm not going to prioritize that over doing my IPA, over talking to you guys, over talking individually to my team members, over getting on coaching calls, over messaging my people about the new launch, about this limited edition thing. I am here to do this job and to be in action mode. So I will say that we are not always perfect, and I'm not expecting anyone to be perfect. But what I want to say is that if we get into action mode and we risk doing something that might be a little bit, that wasn't maybe the best thing to say, or that wasn't the best thing to do, then it gives us a learning experience. And as a reminder, you're not going to say the wrong thing to the right person. Okay, there's plenty of messages that I've sent out that have typos or read a little awkward when I read them back through. And it has not stopped my business from growing, because I'm able to, one, look at those messages and reflect back and go, I should have read this better because I have some typos, or, I could have said that differently. And that's allowing me to make adjustments and to change and fine-tune my next step and fine-tune my next action, but it's not stopping me from the next action, okay? It's okay to not be perfect, okay? but it's not okay to expect perfection before you can move on. We have to really focus on getting into action mode. So, like I said, thank goodness that no one is dying in plexus. We are not in an emergent situation. However, I would say that we are in an urgent situation and that we want to help our family and friends feel better. If I would have known how much better I would have felt on these products, I would have started them sooner. Now, in my case, I didn't know about plexus for very long before I asked questions and I looked at it and I was like, oh, I think I do want to try this. Like, I legit was very blessed in that I saw the benefits relatively quickly. Like within a couple of months of seeing my first plexus post by a friend, I was signed up and on my health journey. But there are plenty of people out there maybe waiting for that personal invite from you to jump on board. We are all thinking about a lot of things. So I love that Pivotal offers a meal plan, right? But I still have to read the meal plan, look at the ingredients, make a shopping list. But also I have to look at those recipes and look at that and go, is my family really going to eat this? Will my kids really enjoy this? Is this really going to be a hit or not? So I'm still having to think about it, right? I'm thinking about, okay, what time do I need to leave to get the kids to get to cross country? I'm always thinking of something. So maybe down on my list, of course, is going to be what leggings I want to buy or whatever, right? And I'm already on plexus, so I'm making that comparison. I'm not thinking about these other things. So our friends are not thinking, which probiotic do I need? Which energy drink do I need? They might be at the grocery store grabbing something because it's right there. And they're honestly waiting for an invite and a personal touch from you. So, and we know, we have so many stories. So read through Gut Health and Happiness. If you are still not quite sure about the value of our products, read through and see the multitude of health testimonies that we have from using these products, okay? If you're struggling in your belief in that, then you need to get reading in Gut Health and Happiness. Now that is something you can set a boundary on. I would say set your timer for 5 or 10 minutes, read through, and that's it. And then move on. Tuck those stories away, help to build your belief. Don't get stuck in reading story after story, okay? Get stuck in action mode. Get stuck in sending people messages that are personal and thoughtful and thinking of them and others focused. Hey, how are you doing? I loved your trip to the apple orchard. Which one did you go to? I know with this busy schedule of kids back in school and all the running around, I didn't know if you were interested in some extra energy. Have you heard of plexus? Have you ever thought of trying it? It can be something as simple as that, right? Does not have to be super detailed, plexus is good for X, 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 Y, 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 Z. It can be, it's good for energy. It's great for immunity. It's great to keep us healthy and moving forward in our lives, something like that. I just wrote an example. I think it went up yesterday or Sunday on an outreach example. So check that. I mean, yes, you can list a couple of things that plexus is good for. So don't feel like that you can't, but also know that you don't have to list every little thing either. Okay. So anyway, and a lot of people are not talking about their health struggles. They're not talking about how badly that they feel. I did not talk about my joint pain. I didn't talk about how exhausted that I was because I didn't want to be a burden. I wanted to make sure that there was no indication that I couldn't perform my job duties. I just really kept it all to myself. People might ask me, how are you doing? What's wrong with you? I'm like, I'm fine. Just, moving on. And I would literally walk away from people so I would not have to answer. Not in a super rude way. I was just like, I'm fine. It's okay. I'm going to go get to work, But yeah, it's intense. And not everyone is going to share everything that they have going on social media, or maybe not even in a personal message until they know that they can trust you and that you have that integrity and that you have their best interest in mind. So anyway, get into action mode. Don't overthink and overthink. Yes, you want to be thinking of what is the best for people. You want to be thinking of how you can best help others. You definitely do, but don't get stuck in that. So make the next best action. Ask your upline for feedback on messages that you're sending. Share with your upline your action plan, okay? and just go out there and get to work, okay? So you guys have a good day. I will talk to you soon.